Can you guys hear me okay? I just set up everything again and I'm like, I want to make sure that my setup is all right because it's traveled a little bit lately. And so I don't know if anything got broken in the midst of it all. Hoping it didn't. Hoping you can hear me. Hoping I don't have the usual audio issues that I get. That would be unfortunate. Let's see if I can pull this up here. There we go.
It's all right.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. There we go. Pull it up on my phone so I can see everybody. Trey. Hello, Trey. How are you? Trey, I got your email. I'm going to respond. I swear. I am so late on this live stream, so I am going to do something with that. I think later this week, I'm going to incorporate that in another video. So thank you for sending that, and definitely keep me updated with the new ones too, the new chapters. Let's see here. Who is all here right now? David, I know you had to check out. Thank you for checking in. I appreciate it. Let's see here. U.S. Dutch Kitty. Oh, it's good to see you too. Howdy, howdy. David, let's see here. Peter, head there. Alex, this is the way. This is the way. Yes. Keck, good to see you too. I am glad you are here. Peter, I'm doing all right. I'm very tired. I've been gone for 2 weeks. 2 weeks, and my YouTube channel is suffering a little bit. The YouTube algorithm does not like when I am gone 2 weeks. So, yeah, I'm going to be putting out lots of content this week. I have lots of plans. We are getting back into Fallen Order tomorrow. Fallen Order tomorrow. I'm so excited about that. Oh my gosh. I have so much on it. I have a to-do list we have to knock out because everyone's like, get the dual saber. And I'm like, okay, yeah, we'll do that. And then there's some other stuff I need to get too. I took screenshots of everybody on Twitter that told me I need to get this. I need to get that. I need to get this. So I have it, and I'm going to put down a game plan tomorrow, and we're going to be on a serious mission to get that stuff, acquire it, and keep going in this game, because I am really excited to get to the next level. I want to get to Dothamir. It looks really cool. And yeah, I need to keep moving so that Jay can watch me, and learn how to do those maps a little bit better. No offense, Jay, if you're here, don't hate me. Tina, hey, how are you? In for fun too. Meow, back at ya. Joshua, I'm glad you can hear me. Greetings, Perry Comics, checking in from Holland. What? Nice. Oh, I need to go there so bad. It's so pretty. So pretty there. Thank you for stopping by. Laura, you're awesome. Thank you for all your support. Mason, yes, don't forget to hit that like button, you guys. I appreciate it so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, so Trey, Fallen Order, yay, can't wait to get your take on the ending. Yeah, I've heard some different things about the ending. So I don't know anything about it. I just know different people were, some liked it, some didn't. So I don't know. I want to find out. I want to know what it's all about. Yes, I want a Baby Yoda too, but they don't come out until March. Huge fail on Disney's part. Now I get, at first I given him the benefit of the doubt. I was like, they didn't bring out Baby Yoda because obviously it would be a spoiler if they did that. No, I think it's just a convenience of not having their preparations done for the merch, that there'd be no spoilers because they weren't planning on having any merch to begin with. I mean, let's be honest. How many live action TV shows have demanded this kind of level of people wanting their merch? I mean, it's so uncommon. I mean, yeah, Rebels had merch. Who else had merch? We had Rebels, and what was the other one? Clone Wars had merch, but those are all cartoons. And so, yeah, the kids were about it. This is the first live action, and I guess maybe they were waiting to gauge interest, but it seems like such a missed opportunity to not have it out for Christmas. My kid wants a Baby Yoda. It was the number one thing he asked for. And unless I have somebody on Etsy make me one, I'm not going to have it. So it sucks. It sucks. Like, Disney, what are you doing? It's awful. It's awful. Anyway, I got the dual saber as soon as I saw Drunk get it. Dathmir's dual. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I got to go there. See, I follow the objective. I follow the objective. And to be honest, Jay shouldn't have been there. He should have been there. That's like a level up from the level he was supposed to be at. So it was really hard. It's funny to watch. I mean, yeah, that was good. But yes, I follow the objective. So I'm hoping maybe Dathmir is the next stop in my questing or whatever. So we'll see. We'll see. Baby Yoda is going to be my child. I want a Baby Yoda. Only if it comes with a flying egg, though. That seems pretty awesome. I want the flying egg. Yeah. So anyway, I know we're kind of talking a little about a few different things, but I've had quite the week. This is kind of a mini catch-up round. Went to Texas, hung out with family. That was awesome. Good for the soul, being with family. I loved it. And then we went straight from Texas to Florida to hang out in Orlando and Universal Studios. I have annual passes there. I love it there. Like, every time I go, I am like a kid. If you didn't see the live stream that Jay posted of us, we had a lot of fun, and I got him to ride Hagrid's motorbike ride for the first time. I can't believe it was his first time. I was nice and I let him have the motorcycle and I took the sidecar, but believe me, I had a moment in my mind of thinking, oh man, that would have been great for pictures if he was in the sidecar. But I didn't do it to him. I was too nice. Anyway, so now I'm back home, still decompressing, still unpacking, still doing laundry. But I am catching up on Mandalorian Chapter 5 with you guys now, and I'm so happy to be here. I'm back in my element, writing my notes. I'm feeling good with my stuff around me. I love it. I have a Wi-Fi that isn't laggy. Oh, it was so embarrassing going on Friday Night Tights with Gary's stream and sounding like I'm underwater. So hopefully he'll have me back when I'm more prepared. We'll see. Anyway, Chapter 5, The Gunslinger. You guys, what did y'all think about this one? So I have accepted that this is not, okay, so when we came into this is the first of its kind. I was like, this is not like a movie. There's not it's not like Game of Thrones where you've got plots and subplots and nuanced subplots of subplots and, you know, the character depths that know no bounds. Okay. It's pretty cut and dry, episodic, similar to that of like our weekend cartoons that we used to grow up with. And I'm okay with that. Once I figured out that was kind of the thing we're going with here. There's a beginning, a clear middle, and a clear end, and a prevailing theme or a prevailing plot, or just like, you know, there's some commonality between it. There's some slight building of it all, but ultimately it is a standalone episode each time. Okay. And I'm okay with that. I really am. It's kind of like a little sweet bite of Star Wars here and there. Instead of getting tired of a big dessert, like a, you know, huge like cookie kind of thing, that, you know, cookie cake, and you can't eat it all. It's like those little petite fours. It's like a little cookie, like a little macaron, and you enjoy it, and you get just enough to satisfy that sweet tooth, and then you find yourself next week going in again for another bite. And that's kind of where I'm at with this. I enjoy it. I look forward to it every week. You know, is it perfect? No. But there is so much that I appreciate about it. I can't wait to share it with you guys and see what you guys have to say. So I'm going to dive in just a little bit and then catch up with the chat. So, at the end of this too, I put on my Twitter this caption this with me and Jay, and you guys came out for it. The wit of you guys, like, that was hilarious. I was reading them all on my flight back, and I was cracking up the whole time. It was amazing. So I have 3 that I'm going to show that were, well, 2 of them that were my top favorites, but all of you guys were amazing. Those were hilarious. And then a honorable mention as well. So be sure to stay tuned for that so I can show you guys which ones were my favorite. Maybe you guys will agree. I don't know, but y'all were hilarious. So anyway, The Gunslinger. Okay, so this we're thinking, okay, obviously about the bounty hunter. Well, no, the Gunslinger, I think, was about another bounty hunter that we got introduced to. Actually, we got introduced to two more. Well, I don't think that, yeah, Fennec was more of like an assassin kind of person, but two more new characters that we got. And then we also got Amy Sedaris' character from Strangers with Candy, which was so weird. Her character too. So I guess 3 new characters. But oh my gosh, you guys. Did anyone else grow up watching Strangers with Candy? She played Jerry on it. Oh my gosh, she was crazy. Her look was great, but that voice took me out of the character so quick. It was so hard. I was like, that's so weird. It's just so weird. But she did great. But it was just I love the design of her costuming was amazing. So Tatooine. It was beautiful. Her style, her hair, all of that, super, super believable. I loved it. But that voice, man, that voice. That's a little gripe though, right? I mean, we can go past that. Just you could put subtitles on and skip it, I guess. Who knows? But anyway, starting chronologically here, we start with a really amazing battle scene. And I kind of want to see if I can I'm going to try something new this time. We're going to do a share screen application window. Let's see if I can pull up. We're going to do application window. We're going to do that. And then, or should I do Chrome tab? Yeah, let's do Chrome tab. And we're going to do this one. Yes, share. Okay. So let me pull this out. Sorry, I'm going to try something new here. Forgive me for my newbiness with this, but I am still getting used to how to do these screen shares. Sometimes the audio works and sometimes it doesn't. Now, there are spoilers on this. If you haven't seen the episode, and you want to see the episode, go see it because I'm about to show you parts of it. So we start off here. Let's see here with this amazing little fight. Let's see if I can get this going here. All right. So right about here, we've got this like super explosion. And some people were kind of like, yeah, right here. This battle scene, by the way, so gave me so many vibes of the originals. I loved it. This outer space. I love outer space battles like this. It was great. I really dug that. I know that it was kind of cheesy, the explosion scene, right? Let's just get there right here. Doon, doon, doon. And you see, yeah, he makes that's my line. Yes, because the guy goes, I'll bring you in warm or bring you in cold. Yes, right there. So a little bit of cheese there, a little bit of a silly explosion. But I think that it gave me so many of the Death Star explosion vibes. It was cool. And, back in those Western days, they'd go like, whenever they get shot, they'd be like, oh. They were over dramatic and a little bit. So I don't know. It didn't bother me like it bothered some other people. I didn't think it was that bad. I don't know. I kind of liked it. So anyway, that was fun. And then here we go a little bit further in. We meet Miss Thing here. Pella was her name. Once we land in Tatooine, which once I saw that red planet, I was like, oh, that's Tatooine. That's Tatooine. So the other place is not Tatooine. It's not Tatooine 2.0. This is Tatooine. I'm glad we finally got here. So we get to see a really cool bit of the, what it looks like. When they land, you get a little bit of the world building beyond it's kind of like the DLC of a video game. Oh, guys, these guys were great. The pit droids straight out of the sequels. I dug it. See, these are those little things. They're giving fans fun pieces of Star Wars that we like. And I am about that. I was so happy for that. There's things they can do that are overtly like it's too much. It's too much. But these little nuggets here, these are so fun. And I love droids being the go-to for comedy with this. They're always funny. They always make me laugh. I'm a big fan of these, and these three were no different. I just loved them. It was like the Three Stooges of pit crew, of pit droids. They're so fun. I loved it. Anyway, I'm going to catch up on the chat for just a second here and see what you guys are talking about regarding this. I'm going to do it on this so I can highlight some things. Let's see here. The fight was good. Okay, so you liked it. That's good. That's good. I'm glad to hear that. Some people had some negative opinions towards it, and I understand that. There's definitely an aesthetic to this show, and you get it or you don't. I'd say the majority of the people watching this show who are Star Wars like fanatics, and people who are not big Star Wars fanatics. I have people in my family who are not, but by any means anywhere close to my level of love for Star Wars, but yet they really enjoy this show. So there's a delicate line that they're walking with this. And they're bringing in the most popular pieces of the past. And it's so smart. It's so smart. And the aesthetic is brilliant to me. I get it. I love the idea of using clay models for these ships, for these scenes. It's beautiful. Overtly using CGI. It's great when you have the technology. But just because you can use it doesn't mean you always should. I mean, J.J. Abrams, for instance, there's a dependency to a degree with CGI, and it just kind of takes me out when some things are just so perfectly CGI'd that it almost isn't realistic. And here we have a great the Razor Crest is always looking beautiful. It looks amazing, and the beginning scene of them having this shootout in space was, I think, well done. It was perfectly done for me in terms of going back to the originals and what I recall, what I remember. It just felt good, felt real. Let's see here. Internationally cheesy and nostalgic. Yes. And you know what? Star Wars was cheesy. It was super cheesy, right? I mean, the comedy was absurd at times, and the things they said, Han Solo certainly had a lot of one-liners that came off pretty cheesy, but it was great writing. It was well done. And so again, this show is trying to not be an exact copy of things, but it's bringing in some elements of that, and I appreciate it. Last two episodes of Mandalorian are pretty cheesy and Disney sitcom like. The first three episodes were better, or were badass. Yes, so I agree. The first three, the third especially, directed by Deborah Chow. By the way, this one's directed by Dave Filoni. Deborah Chow did number 3, and there was action-packed, amazing sequences there. I loved it. I'm really looking forward to seeing some of the upcoming interviews with her talking about production behind the scenes for the Obi-Wan series. Very interested in that. I'd say I don't know how I would rank them all. I'd say there's a consistency for me between all of the chapters so far that I appreciate. There's all the standard that they've kept for me. Some highs, some lows, definitely some peaks and valleys. But I would say 3 or 4 was probably a little lacking for me, only because some of the characters were, I felt... I'll just say the love scene was strange for me. And I get a lot of people explained it to me in a good way, saying, if you go back to certain Western tropes, those kinds of love scenes were very common. And I know it was very reminiscent of Seven Samurai. So I regret to say I never saw it. So that's the truth though. And so I didn't catch that. Yeah, I just didn't get it, a lot of it. Like, I felt like the others they gave me, I got it. I understood it. This one, I didn't understand too much. This one, chapter 5, I kind of liked it. It had a clear beginning, middle, and ending. It made sense. Most of the characters that were brought in they were good enough for me. Again, Pella, Amy Sedaris, I forget her name. Amy Sedaris, Strangers with Candy. She was believable to some extent. I liked her. But and then we're going to talk about Toro, and we're going to talk about Minghua Minghua Shen, right? Minghua Shen. Minghua Wen. Yes. So she was great too. But there were moments I didn't like with her acting. They're kind of weird. The blinding moments when she was acting like it blind. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But overall, I thought they were good. you can only develop a new character so much in these episodes. They're so little, they're so tiny. You have to jam pack a lot in it. And I feel like the beginning of every episode, we're going to find out who the babysitter is. The last episode, it was, the child of the mother. What was her name? I wrote it down. Let's see here. What was her name? Omara and Winta. Winta being the little girl. She was essentially the babysitter for Yoda. Pella this time around, babysitter for baby Yoda, baby Yodeling. And he gets to go off on whatever he needs to do, Mr. Mandalorian. So yeah, I figure, next episode they're gonna have a new character maybe, or somebody's gonna be watching the baby Yoda while he does something. So we're gonna get new characters all the time, I feel like. But they're only gonna be little snippets of character development because that's all they needed. That's all they need. Anyway, so I love this whole walking into Tatooine. It was just, I enjoyed. Let's see if I can find the scene here. Right here. Yes. Love that. What a great little, again, this is like DLC. It's like downloadable the extra content you pay for a video game expands the video game you enjoyed already, gives you a little bit extra to chew on. This was beautiful. I was so happy to see it. Another desert planet, yes, but it's Tatooine, so I'll give him that. So he's walking into here. We pass by, and we've seen this a few times, the stormtrooper heads. And I don't understand the relevancy here. To my knowledge, Tatooine was never really overrun by the Empire. It was mostly ran by the Hutt family. Jabba is no longer with us, but that doesn't mean to say that the Hutts are not there. And I still think we might get a Hutt appearance at some point in time in the show. Dave Filoni, the Clone Wars had that, a lot of that. I think Dave Filoni will make that happen. So as we continue in a little bit further, he's walking straight into, let's see if I can get this right here. We go into the Mos Eisley Cantina. And it's different. There's not a lot of people there this time around. It's this is a post Empire breaking apart kind of Tatooine. And again, I don't understand the relevancy between the Empire and Tatooine, but there's something that happened. I assume they wouldn't have showed in the trailer all of these stormtrooper helmets like that over and over and over again. It's setting a scene. I don't know what the scene is yet, or the setting is. I just don't understand that part of it. So I'm hoping that that's clarified in a future chapter. Now, this point particularly I enjoyed. If you recall in the very first New Hope, when he's walking into the cantina, the bartender says, "No droids allowed." And now here we have the bartender replaced by a droid. I just think it's a funny thing. It's possibly a glimpse into our future as well, with robots sort of taking over these service jobs as we know it. I thought that was kind of interesting. So let's see here. You guys talking about the practical. Remember the cantina? Yes. Pit droids were cheating in the Sabacc game. Oh my gosh, those pit droids were hilarious. I love the pit droids. Let's see here. I apologize for skipping around a little bit in the chat. I'm trying to start back up again. Wait, Candy has never seen 7. No, I have not, but it is on the list. I apologize, but I'm not going to be one of those YouTubers that lies and tells you that I have seen something just to seem cool. No, I'm going to tell you the truth. I haven't seen it, but I am going to, especially if there's relevancy with this series. I'm curious to know where they get their inspirations for these shows, or for these chapters, and it's on my radar. Hit that like button. Yes, please do. That'd be awesome. I appreciate it. Ming Na was in Stargate too. Yes, she was. I am going to watch Seven Samurai. I swear I will. I swear. I was on Midnight's Edge a week or two ago, and we talked a little bit about that too. And Andre has not seen it either. So I am not alone here. I am not alone. Tom has, but not Andre hadn't when we talked too. So you guys be nice. The young bounty hunter was so much bad acting. Okay, yes, we're going to talk about McClunky 2.0 here in just a second. Yeah, and then you see Ming Na Wen. Yeah, she's pretty awesome, and then she dies. So I think it's funny. I think that some people, like some SJWs, are going to be like, "See, they just kill off the women," and da 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 da. And I'm like, "Ah, yeah, I know. She was a really great character, but and I don't. Again, it was a very. She had a purpose there. The purpose was to turn our little baby bounty hunter to the dark side, if you will. And did anyone else notice? Or is this just me? That bounty hunter Toro sounded just like if you close your eyes, he sounded just like Hayden Christensen. It was so weird. And just like Hayden Christensen, he took a turn for the dark side too. So I thought that was kind of funny. Maybe a little ironic. I don't know. It just caught me weird. I was like, oh my God, it sounds just like everything he said. It sounded just like him. It was really weird. Anyway, why is the lighting so bad in every episode? I don't understand. I feel like the the cinematography is pretty decent. I don't know. Maybe is it a settings thing? I don't know. I like the lighting. I think it's okay. I haven't heard too many disagreements about the lighting either, so I'm not quite sure. Kathleen Kennedy got invited after seeing the first 3 episodes. She's here to ruin it. Oh, did she? Did she? I mean, she's an executive producer listed on all of them, but I didn't know she had any additional. Did she have any additional say past 3? That'd be interesting if that's the case. Yes, we still have the client telling Mando to look outside, and that's where all the Death Troopers and TIE fighters will probably be slow 6. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to talk about that because that's going to be part of my hypothesizing who it was that we saw at the very end of this episode. I have 3 possibilities, and I'm going to kind of talk into each one about why I think it could or couldn't be that person. Some of you guys may know there's a lot of Boba Fett speculation out there, and I want to give you guys my take on that for sure. Definitely. Qui-Gon says that Tatooine is run by the Hutts. The Empire did not have a presence on Tatooine. Nothing to gain from it. See, yeah, I got that. Why would they make it a point to focus on these stormtrooper helmets on stakes? I just don't get it. So I'm wondering if there's an additional piece here that is specific to this show. And if there is, I want to know what it is. Let's see here. Droids have rights. Yeah, they do. And they can sling drinks just like anyone else now too. So I love, I also loved Pela's kind of relationship with, I mean, everybody's relationship with the baby Yoda is adorable. So that goes without saying. She did great making it cute and all that kind of stuff. Baby Yoda's baby Yoda. I mean, at this point, if he can get any cuter, I'm impressed. So I like that, we're introduced to some new aliens around here too. And, it's kind of cool. I like this little insectoid looking one back here. It's kind of fun. I like that one. I think he was in another one. I don't think this is a new one, but I just enjoyed seeing him. Oh, that was pretty cool. And then we got our Toro, the new guy. Yeah, I didn't love his character. Didn't love it. But I liked it. I liked it enough. Again, he was a quick, he's not a main cast. He's one of these ones just for this episode. And that's okay with me. He's not, going to stick around very long, but he seemed okay. I don't know. Hayden Christensen. I mean, what'd y'all think about him? He was cast. I mean, I don't know. There's some awkward scenes with him too. So I don't know. Maybe they could have done better. I liked his look. I thought his look was, here's McClunky 2.0, right over here, the scene with both of them. I thought his look was really cool. I liked it. Kind of got that Poe-esque kind of look to him, but with the vest and all, I liked it, but yeah. He didn't sell it enough for me, and I'm not a fan of the earring. But I get it. You're gonna be cool, like gangstery or whatever. Whatever. I don't know. Is that what the cool kids do these days? I don't know, but it wasn't my favorite. Anyway, yeah, that's the McClunky 2.0 scene. Basically, you've got our Mandalorian meeting up with him, and he's all like, I've got this bounty, and it ends up being Fennec Shan, I can never say her name right. Ming's character, Fennec Shand. All right, yeah, she's an elite mercenary, very hard to catch, very deadly, and he wants in with the bounty hunting guild, and so he's like, hey, bounty hunter, head this way, Mandalorian. I've got something for you. And, basically strikes a deal up with him to help him out. And that's cool. Again, quick storylines because these are quick episodes. But I don't mind it. I thought that was all right. I don't mind the storyline. I kind of liked it. This part, I kind of like this too when he's like, they're hopping on the speeder bikes here. That was amazing. I'm a fan of the speeder bikes. I love this when they're in Forest Moon of Endor, going around on speeder bikes. That's one of my favorite scenes of that particular movie. So seeing these again was a bright spot in my heart. And I love when he goes, ma'am. Like that too is kind of fun. Very Western vibes. This scene here was pretty amazing. The going through the dunes like this and the sand kicking up in the back. Man, I love that. The music was beautiful then too. I thought it was really well done. And this all the same composer doing these music, all the different music styles. And I thought it was quite impressive. I mean, if you guys are talking about quality for a show, just a basic show, not a movie, but just a show, they're giving us a lot here. There's a lot. I mean, the budgets are 12 to 15 million per episode. So yeah, I guess they have to. But I feel like they are producing a lot that are good points. Not everything's great, but there's enough. There's enough that brings me back. So yeah, they're going through the desert, the sea dunes, and another one of my favorite scenes pops up here. They run into right up here. They run into the Tusken Raiders, which are so cool. Oh, that was a pleasant surprise, was it not? Did you guys like that? Those were amazing. I loved seeing them. Now, I will say, they're a bit clean for hanging out in the desert. When they get the close-up shots of them doing sign language with our Mandalorian, which was also a pleasant surprise that they communicate via sign language. I love this, just the expansion of this world as we know it and the characters that we have seen before, or the alien species we've seen before. We're getting little bits and pieces of new stuff, and I dig it. I really do. I loved seeing them. They were amazing. So, yeah, the signing was pretty cool. I enjoyed that. But you can, see the green screens clearly behind them. They're looking very, again, these are just minor critiques here, but they're they pop out very clean, almost straight out of a cosplay convention for Tusken Raiders for me. But, like this just looks like this has never seen anything except for when he held it today. So I just don't, it wasn't definitely like, this is just also clean looking. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. But I like it. It's pretty cool. I enjoyed that. So basically, they get passage by trading Toro's binoculars to get through the sea dunes, where they end up eventually spotting a dewback that, let's see here, a dewback over here that, yeah, he's going to go make a run for it. A dewback with a dead, what we assume to be a bounty hunter, perhaps one that was going after Fennec. And so that's when they find out that he has a fob on him, and they end up finding that she is nearby and shoots at our Mandalorian. So she is very quick. I'm going to see if we can see a little bit of her action here. Yeah, here we go. She's adept with a sniper rifle. Apparently, that's her thing. So you can kind of see, yeah, gets him right in the Beskar. So, kind of cool. I like that scene there. Yeah, pretty nice. So, and he doesn't have his pulse rifle, which is weird. I know he can't really shoot her from back there, but it does have some long range abilities. Why doesn't he have it? Is that another little gripe? I'm sorry. I'm nitpicky today. What can I say? I get back from Florida and I'm a whole different person. But no, I feel like, where's the pulse rifle? I feel like that would have come in handy. Could have vaporized her, I guess. But no, I guess that doesn't do anyone any good because then he can't really get the bounty. So maybe that's why. But so anyway, she has the high ground. They're not going to do anything. They have to sit tight until, it starts to get a little bit darker. And so that's what they do. They take shifts on sleeping. And once it's nighttime, they head out on their speeder bikes. And the whole plan is to use some really fun little little things here to kind of basically blind her. And the acting when she got blinded, yes, right here. I did not like it too much. So you can see, we got there it is, flares. She's like, oh gosh, it's just, I mean, maybe that's how it really is. I don't know. When you get blinded by a flare, when you're looking through a heat sensing kind of or a light like night scope kind of thing. But it just felt, it's just like a little, I felt like it was overdone. Again, I'm nitpicking here. I'm trying to not, I don't love everything about the show. There's little things that do stand out, but overall I do enjoy it. So I liked that. That was a fun way to, to take care of her. So they end up catching up to her basically and overtaking her. And it's great. She gets cuffed and you kind of find out some more information about her. Apparently she had a rendezvous with somebody. She has a conversation with our other bounty hunter, our baby bounty hunter, not quite a bounty hunter. Yeah, he's trying to get in, about her rendezvous in was it Mos Espa? So she was clearly trying to meet somebody. And I think that's important because that might be an indication of who might be there at the end. That mysterious character at the end that we don't really know who it is, except that they wear a low cape and their spurs go jingle jangle. So that's about all we were given. So she has a conversation with him. And basically, she silver tongues her way to turning him to the dark side, convinces him that, she is not the one that he should be going after, that everybody is going after the Mandalorian for the baby. And so basically, she's like, free me and I'll help you capture him. Well, I'll tell you one thing. I enjoy surprises. I did not think that he was going to end up shooting her. And that's what he ended up doing. Random. I did not see that coming. I thought he was going to take off her cuffs. And no. He ended up shooting her instead. And he decided he's going to try to take the Mandalorian out himself. Which big dose of courage for this guy, for someone supposedly just starting out. I guess he, I don't know. He just all of a sudden turned into someone else. It felt very weird going from asking for help for Fennec Shand's capture with our Mandalorian to taking out Fennec Shand and deciding to take the Mandalorian out himself. Again, this is all because of the shortness of these episodes. It's a leap. I feel like we're going to have these leaps for there to be, some interesting storyline here. It was awkward though. So give it that. Not as awkward as the forced relationship scene in the last episode though. This was not that bad, right? Y'all can agree to that. So he takes the dude back to, the hangar where he's having his ship repaired, finds Toro, ends up taking him out with the same kind of styling that he took out, that he was able to get past the, Fennec with, using the kind of those little flash pulse, little flash things, blinded him and made it tough for him to see and then took him out. So well done, well done, Mandalorian, using everything at your disposal. And yep, there he goes. So yeah, I mean, I wasn't a huge fan of that part of it either. It just was so quick. The turnaround was so fast. So he ends up taking the baby Mandalorian, baby Yoda, back off. We don't know where they're going, but there they head off. And then the last scene is the one that we're all talking about. And we get a nice little starting to walk in. Okay, here we go. Now, I want to see if y'all can hear this. Let me see if you guys can hear this part. Can you hear this? Let me know if y'all can hear this. Let's see. Should be able to hear this. Yeah. Okay, did y'all hear that? Do you hear the spurs? Let's try that one more time. So that sound is very familiar. Let me see if I can change this real quick to, let's see here. Stop screen, share screen. We want to do Chrome tab. There we go. Here we go. This one. So now I want y'all to hear this, okay? And this is... Join us. Y'all hear that? Right? Very good. Here we go. So that's where a lot of people are getting the whole, Boba Fett thing, I think. He has a cape. He sounds just like him. I get it. What do you guys think? I mean, it's convincing to some, enough for there to be a lot of people posting videos about it. And I'm curious. I mean, there's part of me that's like, yeah, that's really, it sounds the same. It sounds the same. And I wouldn't hold it past him to pull the exact same sound to bring this guy back. And I'll tell you, Dave Filoni, who again was the director of this one, he brought back a dead Darth Maul. I mean, surely a Sarlacc pit couldn't end the great Boba Fett, right? I mean, I've seen some pictures of him fighting his way back out and stuff. It's kind of fun. But it just seems I always hated that ending for him. I felt it was not deserved. I was like, this guy, that was one of my favorite characters. And for him to go in such a way, it felt so wrong. So I would love it if he came back, to be honest. And I'm thankful that he is not, if he even does come back, which I'm still not so certain on that. I am thankful that he'd be brought back in some way, but I'm even more thankful that he's not the main character, because that would just corner us all into a storyline that would be too predictable, I feel like. And I like the idea of us having this new character that we're Jin Darren, I think is his name, the Mandalorian's name, getting to explore this new character through his eyes. And one other quick thing about our Mandalorian, he has a lot of background knowledge on Tatooine. That was a big takeaway for me in this episode. Did y'all catch that? Being able to sign with the Tusken Raiders. And it almost felt like he had some kind of a meetup with Pella before, when he was talking about, you don't have to tell me twice. You don't, no droids allowed and stuff like that. I felt like maybe they had a history of some sort. And just the way that he navigated through Tatooine and stuff, I feel like there's a history there. And I'm curious if we get any kind of expansion on that. And I know that we're going to have some more Tatooine moments, because in the trailer, we are still waiting to get introduced to Moff Gideon, Carlos Esposito's character, who has his Death Trooper battalion behind him. He's got a Death Trooper battalion, and he's got stormtroopers with him, and he is in Tatooine. The location of that building that they shoot up right before the Mandalorian comes out is definitely a Tatooine building. So he's there. Could that be the person that was supposed to rendezvous with her? Could it be, again, though, Boba Fett would be possibly another bounty hunter with a tracking fob for her? Could be. My money is on Carl Weathers. The reason I say that is I feel like, first of all, the way that the cloak hangs, his character's cloak hangs the same way. It actually cuts off on one shoulder and it ends, but I know Boba Fett's kind of does too. So it's hard. It's a hard toss up, but I feel like if they were to introduce another character, even though it's not a new character, but another character, and we're like going into chapter 6 of 8. I mean, this late in the game, I don't know. I mean, anything's possible, but I'm curious what you guys think. Between the three, I feel like it's got to be one of these three. I don't think that it is Werner Herzog's character. I just don't. I think they shot all of his scenes at one time in that little building. I mean, I could be wrong, but I feel like that was it. So who do y'all think between Grief Karga, Carl Weathers' character, Boba Fett because of the jingle jangle of the spurs, and possibly the tracking of the keep, I keep saying key fob, the tracking of the bounty hunter fob, or what was the last one? Moff Gideon, which would make sense too, because we haven't yet been introduced to Moff Gideon, but we know by the trailers that he is there. He is there somewhere. And perhaps she was supposed to meet him at Mos Espa. That's another possibility. So yeah, I'm torn. I don't think it's Boba Fett. I think that the sound is quite convincing, yes, but I don't think it's going to be Boba Fett. I think we still have what's considered main cast that has not made an entrance yet, and I feel like this could be a very well done, just kind of like leaving you on the edge of your seat trying to figure out who it is. well done at the ending of this to kind of prepare you for the next chapter, with it being that Moff Gideon. But yeah, so okay, I want to see what you guys think. Hello, Norwegian Kryptonian, nice to see you. Hello. That's Boba. I know a lot of you guys are going to say Boba, and I don't disagree. I feel like it really could be Boba too. It really could be, but I feel like from a production and a storytelling standpoint, my money just is on Grief Karga or Giancarlo Esposito, like Moff Gideon. I just feel like that makes the most sense. If they're going to throw in Boba Fett, I'm all for it, though. I'm down with it. I'm down with throwing in Boba Fett. I'm down for a kind of bringing him back into some more. I would love to see him, just here and there in some of the storylines, just, as a friend of the Mandalorian. That'd be kind of cool. And I want to know how he escaped the Sarlacc pit. That'd be awesome. I want to know. I've had visions in my head about how he could have done it. I've talked to people that he could totally get out. I mean, the guy had everything at his disposal, flamethrowers and wrist grapplers. Surely he could have escaped when the camera wasn't on him, right? You think it's Moff Gideon, Jake? I think that's a good choice. I do. Moff Gideon, yeah. Who do you think is sending out all the bounty hunters to get Baby Yoda? Yeah, okay, so that's the real question here. We've got a real hang up here between the client and Dr. Pershing, and I'm curious between those two, who's really pulling the strings here, because one of them doesn't quite care if Baby Yoda's dead or alive, and the other one clearly wants him alive. And Grief Karga wants him alive. IG-11, who we haven't seen a reprisal of, I'm hoping he comes back in some way. He didn't care. I don't think he's from the same bounty hunting guild. He said the first thing he said when he walked into that little village was, I'm from the Bondsman Guild. And so I wonder if that's a different faction of all of this that doesn't care if Baby Yodeling is dead or alive. And I still have heard spoilers from certain people on YouTube about there being a history of the Yoda species still coming into this series in some way. I was hearing that it was either chapter 5 or chapter 6. Well, chapter 5 didn't produce, so maybe next chapter we're going to have that. And next chapter is going to be directed by Rick Matsufuya. Mufa. I don't know how to say the last name. It's so long. If your last name is more than 3 syllables, I'm sorry in advance. I'm gonna screw it up. But he directed chapter 2, and that's the one that had the silence for the first, no dialogue for the first 10 minutes, 12 minutes maybe, and then we had the fun Jawa scene and the quest for the egg, the space rhino egg, and some other things too. So very interesting directing style. It'd be interesting to see where we go with that one. Also, interesting enough, the next chapter is being co-written by Christopher Yost, who is in a lot of I think was a part of Clone Wars as well, and Rebels, or was it just Rebels? It might have been just Rebels. But so yeah, I'm interested to see what's going to happen next week with, and they better just go ahead and just show us who that character is, because I don't want to be speculating anymore. I just want to know. I don't want there to be this big division. It's Boba Fett. No, it's not. It can't be Boba Fett. The tracking fob is a real thing. Yes, apparently. GeekyCandi, I think you and Drunk are the hottest Star Wars. Well, thanks. Thank you. Yeah, tell him that. Tell him that. It's all about him though, so he could care less. I hope it's Boba. Yes. Paying lip service to fans in that way wouldn't be a bad thing, right? I mean, hey, if anything, it's going to spark up a lot of conversation between people who are EU, canon, the canon professionals, I shall say. And then people like me who are just here to enjoy, a good Star Wars again, and in any respect. And I don't have, again, a huge background of EU. I've read the Thrawn series. I have seen every episode of Clone Wars and Rebels. I have watched the Clone Wars movie. I have seen all of the Star Wars movies, except I am not so sure I want to see the last one. I have internal issues with the last one. I don't know if I want to see episode 9. Oh God. Yeah, I don't know if I'm ready for it. Anyway, I just feel like this is a show that there's a clear division between those who appreciate just nuggets of what feels like real Star Wars again, even if it's not true to the history of Star Wars, versus people who are true to the history of Star Wars. And it's okay. I feel like even those people, there's certain moments, if they give the show a chance, there's certain moments that still shine. There's still things that are interesting, that are fun. But yeah, they're not gonna enjoy it like like people like me would. And that's unfortunate. But hey, we're all different and we're entitled to our different opinions. And I'm cool with that. So Moff Gideon pulling the strings. Oh, well, that's a thought. That's a really good thought, because, introducing him this late in the game could have good reason for that. And that very well could be it. Very good point. Sweetest friggins. Sorry if I said that wrong. Sardonic Sunshine. It's actually Jeremy from Geeks Plus Sign Gamer. Geeks Plus Gamer. Okay, can't forget the gamers, okay? That's me. I'm the gamer. Geeks and Gamers. Mufasa. I don't know if it's Mufasa. What is this in reference to? I missed that. I apologize. The client is still at first place. Mando has to go back. We heard the client tell him to look outside. They're here for you in the trailer. Yes. I remember that. I did a breakdown on that trailer, scene by scene. And then I also took all the TV spots and did a breakdown of those. And then we were able to connect the two and see that Moff Gideon is, in fact, right outside the building when we see that quick little fight scene of our Mandalorian walking out that door and taking out the stormtroopers. That's that same scene. So it is Tatooine. It is Moff Gideon. He is at some point maybe connected with the client. That would make sense. I'm interested to see his character. I want to know his relevancy for sure. Everything the light touches. Yes. Everything light touches. That's a Mufasa reference. I'm missing the Lion King chat in here, and I apologize, but I love Lion King, the original Lion King. Yeah, Jon Favreau, God bless his heart, but he shouldn't have touched that. he should have left that right where it belonged, and that it definitely didn't improve it, in my opinion. Thoughts on Rian Johnson wanting to direct Rian Johnson wanting to direct an episode of Mandalorian season 2. Yeah, don't come near it. Don't. Why? I feel like he's had his chance. I feel like Jon Favreau is in touch with the fandom enough to know that is a no-go. And here's my thing. I think that Kathleen Kennedy is on her way out. Honestly, there's a lot of things that have happened in this last week, and I need to talk about that at some point. Just conversations like on interviews and things like that, where they haven't really been talking much about her. And I feel like shortly after episode 9, we're going to see her exit. That's my feeling. And I feel like if she's exiting, I feel like Rian's not going to be far behind. Rian. I hate his name. We're going to call him RJ. I feel like she's gonna be out and he's gonna not be far behind. I feel like we're gonna end up with Favreau and Filoni and then Feige heading it up from here on out. And I don't think they would invite him to be a part of that. The other reason too is Favreau is a respectful person in Hollywood. You're not going to see him going out and disrespecting anybody, especially fans on Twitter. The guy is a professional through and through. When the Scorsese comment coming out about Marvel not being a real cinematic experience, being more of a theme park, amusement park experience. Okay, Favreau straight up said after everybody else had their say, and we're, all the woke people in Hollywood defending the criticisms against Scorsese. He said that Scorsese paved the way for people like him to have the ability to do what he does now. He is an icon, and he's allowed to say what he wants. That's what he said, not word for word, but pretty much exactly what he said. And because he has that kind of presence with PR and stuff like that, I don't think he's going to bring in someone as toxic as RJ to direct a season 2. I just don't. And I think I don't know what Deborah Chow. Deborah Chow is in. She's also going to be, I think, doing 1 or 2 of them in season 2 also. And I know that Carl Weathers is going to be doing some in season 2 as well. So I just don't know. I don't know. I don't think he would though. I really hope he doesn't. What I want is live action Ahsoka played by Ashley Eckstein turning up with Sabine. That would tie in perfectly with the Rebels. Yeah, I agree. And there's an interview with, I forget who it was, if it was, I think it was IGN, when Filoni was asked straight up, are you going to have any of your characters? And she kind of emphasized your characters, like the big one that he wrote. Making an appearance in Mandalorian. And he had the weirdest laugh, the most nervous laugh I've ever seen. He's like, like he just like that. I'm not even kidding. It's so weird. It's in one of my videos I posted about it. And he's like, anything is possible, is what he said. It's so weird. It's so weird. I feel like there's something about that. Maybe towards the end. I don't know. Maybe a season 2. But, with him, the possibility is there for sure. I don't see any reason why they wouldn't. I mean, she's so popular. She's definitely his most popular character he's ever written. And I think he would love to bring her back in that way. So why not? If it was me, and I'm like, yeah, I'd love to. I would love to do that. But I don't know if Favreau has that intention or not. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's interesting. I mean, they are bringing back so many interesting things from the prequels too. So you've got the super battle droids, you got the pit droids. I mean, I guess they're mostly just droids, but it's fun. It's fun stuff. So maybe they will. That'd be great. RJ and KK are the most toxic thing that ever happened to Star Wars. I agree. I feel like there should have been a singular director or producer throughout the 3 movies. I mean, that would have made a little bit of a difference just for continuity. Like, just to have like things make sense. That would be nice. I mean, that's like a base level requirement for me with the movies. Like if we're going to watch a trilogy, I want them to connect. I want them to connect in a way that makes sense. And I feel like there's so much disconnect. And it's not even just people who are fans that were disappointed. People who are not that big of fans that just are going because it's a big movie aren't getting it either. I mean, there's predictions for The Rise of Skywalker to make less than The Last Jedi. Like that's a big deal. You would think that the finale, the end all be all of the Skywalker saga, the predictions for sales should be through the roof. And it seems like that's not the case. My idea of success for them, I had said this before, I think it was with Gary and Nerdrotic, was that I thought that, if they make more than, what was it? Oh my gosh, What was the first one? Not The Last Jedi, but the other one, Force Awakens. If they make more than The Force Awakens, I consider that a success for them. If they make less than The Force Awakens and less than Last Jedi, and it's just a constant, just downward spiral for them, I mean, the proof is there. The proof is there. There's no merch for any of this for this movie at all. It is like, but again, there's no merch for Mandalorian either. I feel like Disney's just dropping the ball with the merch lately, but there's no demand really for it either. If people want merch, they usually are going for things from the originals or the prequels. It's not these last three aren't doing it for anybody. And it's sad. I feel like this trilogy, it's like something like if they were, you know, it feels like Transformers. You get as much hype with Transformers. You know, there's cool CGI there. It's kind of, you know what you're expecting, but the plot line doesn't have to be perfect. Doesn't have to make a ton of sense. The story, the writing is meh. I mean, I feel like that's where we're at, and it's unfortunate because it's not what it used to be. It's not by a long shot. And so that's kind of where my heart was when I started doing this. I was so upset with the direction of it all. And that's why I'm just so thrilled to see that The Mandalorian, although not perfect, is certainly a step towards what I remember growing up. And I love that. I love that for sure. Execute order cake. Dang, savage. The Rise of Skywalker will make more than Solo, but less than TLJ. Yeah. Yeah, I think just about everything makes more than Solo. Solo was the first movie I walked out of, you guys. It was the first one I walked out of. I liked Rogue One. I only saw it one time. Force Awakens was okay. I watched it one time. Last Jedi, I watched when it came out on DVD. I did not watch it in the theater. And this one I'm feeling conflicted as well. I'm not so sure I'm going to see it. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, officially her contract is ended up by then. I think she is going to walk before then. That's just me. I've been listening to a lot of other people who follow her more than I do. And they all agree that there's other than sticking around for perhaps Indiana Jones, that there's really no reason for her to be a part of it anymore. It's just that I just think that, you know, she's had her moment and she doesn't need to be I don't think she's going to be a part of the new trilogy. So if they're in it, and I feel like RJ and her are kind of two sides of the same coin. I think if one's going to go, the other's going to follow. So that's where I feel. The Transformer movies are so much more fun to watch. Yeah. Okay. I admit I have some guilty pleasures with Transformers. I love this movie scores of Transformers. I really do. I think the music is beautiful, but yeah, I mean, you understand basic plot lines, but you know, I grew up watching the cartoon. I love the cartoons. Those are my Transformers. Maybe it's just I'm biased because of the nostalgia I had with the you know, Sunday morning or Saturday morning cartoons. Those were always the greatest. Those were the greatest. Let's see here. Hasbro equals G trash. Yeah, it does. It's unfortunate. I'm really wanting to find a really cool Mandalorian figure, like just a figurine, a model. I would love that. I want to get the 8-inch one or something. It'd be really cool. Solo lost money. Yeah, pretty much. And I hope that they learned. I don't think they did, but maybe they will after this one. Epstein killed Solo. On that note, you guys, thanks for stopping by. I think we're going to end it here. I just wanted to kind of touch on this episode, this chapter, and next week we're going to do a live stream right after the showing. I'm going to do early morning. I'm going to stay up with you guys. Anybody who's willing to do that. I kind of like it. I kind of like doing it that way. I get just like fresh on my mind. And I have a weird energy at like 3 a.m. So I'm just going to try that out and see how that goes until the end. But anyway, yeah, be hanging out on my channel this week. I'm going to try to have videos out every day. I'm going to try to get something up on Geeks and Gamers too. I've got so much makeup work to do, you guys. I'm so gone for so long. And, we got Christmas and the holidays coming up again too. So I'm really going to be present as much as possible. And I appreciate all you guys there with me. So with that all being said, I almost forgot. We got to do our winners. All right. So the Twitter thing that y'all did, the caption this. Oh my gosh. Let me get that up here real quick. Y'all were hilarious. Y'all were hilarious. Let me see if I can pull this up. We're going to do Chrome tab. Oh, no. Application window, entire screen. Okay, here we go. Share that. Yes. Share. Okay. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick without like everything being pulled up. I have so many windows open. Apologies. There we go. All right. So let's see here. I've got, what was the first one? Okay. So first off, we're going to start with the honorable mention. The honorable mention is this one. I love this. Now, it's an honorable mention only because this was not a true caption this, but I thought that was really funny. So kudos to who did this one, at Matza Ballade. That was awesome. I appreciate that one. One of my winners though for today, this one was beautiful. Yes, this one was by Rot10G, and it says, "Oh my, trust me, it will change your life when you show photos of you perineum sunning too soon." And that is a callback, of course, to Exaggeration Nation Jesse, that really fun video that they did. I guess that's all the rage, but that was a pretty good one as well. And then I have one other one. Let's see if I can find it real quick. I think I had it. Did I have it? Where did it go? Oh, right here. Boop. Next one. Here we go. When you're showing her a funny picture, but accidentally click on private photos. Yes, that one was hilarious as well. Very appropriate for the what actually happened. So that was hilarious, you guys. I was laughing the whole time reading these on the airplane. Y'all were amazing. So thank you for sharing those. We need to do that again sometime. This week I'm going to be posting a lot of bloopers from my Fallen Order gameplay. But if I do another caption this, I know y'all are going to come through like y'all did last time. So with that being the end now, I appreciate you guys stopping by. Thank you so much for being here. And until next time, fandom, I will see you guys later.